Hello, and welcome to Stop, Let's Team Up, My Legion Adventure, episode 50. 50. That's an awful lot. Thank you for listening. I'm enjoying the hell out of my reread, more so than, say, a couple of episodes ago. I enjoyed the John Forte and the pre where we're at now, but we're right in a sweet spot for me, and I'm just loving it. And we're talking about Adventure Comics 242 and 243. The first one is a big deal for Starboy, and if you've read it, you understand. If you haven't, please read it and then listen to this. And it's very apropos that I'm going to be doing two stories that Starboy features in. First one very heavily, and the second one a little bit. He's heavily in that one too. And coming in February, I will be starting Opal City Confidential. So I found it very kind of just in the right mood for this. I'm doing my homework, getting ready to record some of those episodes in advance, and it was good to read some Starboy. So let's get started. As I said, this is Adventure Comics 242, The Legionnaire Who Killed, guest starring Dream Girl. It's got a great Curt Swan cover. It shows Starboy, Saturn Girl, Dream Girl, Superboy, and that great Adventure Comics featuring the Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes. I love it. Starboy's holding a dead guy. It says, "It's true, I killed this outlaw, but it was self-defense." Saturn Girl goes, "That's no excuse, Starboy. When you're used to this deadly weapon, you broke the Legion code." Dream Girl's, "You've killed once, you'll kill again." And Superboy goes, "You're expelled. We don't want trigger-happy members in the Legion." It's great, man. Legion, Starboy in his yellow and purple and white costume. It's got a purple background. It's a really great cover. So let's get some to the nitty-gritty on this. So here we go. Oh, I wasn't ready. I'm sorry. I lost my place. I'm trying to find this. Okay, Adventure Comics 242, The Legion Who Killed, 16-page story. Part 1 is called Legionnaire Killed. Part 2 is called The Verdict of the Legion. Editor, plotter, Mort Weisinger. Oh, cover credits, Curt Swan, George Klein, Irish Hat. Just as it has been for a long time. Plotter, scripter, Edmund Hamilton. Penciler, Curt Swan. Inker, Sheldon Maldorf, pages 1 through 8. And George Klein. Letterer, Vivian Berg, pages 2 through 8 only. And Milton Snappin. Roll call: Cosmic Boy, Colossal Boy, Matter Eater Lad, Saturn Girl, Phantom Girl, Chameleon Boy, Invisible Kid, Shrinking Violet, Superboy, Sunboy, Ultra Boy, Lightning Lad, Supergirl, Dew Damsel, Starboy, Brainiac 5, Element Lad, and Light Lass. Supporting cast that get a pop-up in this one: Polar Boy, Fire Lad, Night Girl, Stone Boy, Chlorophyll Kill, Dream Girl, yay, Color Kid, and Prody 2. Villain is Kezanor, who dies in this story. Jimmy Olsen has a brief appearance. Other characters: Calamity King. He's trying out for a spot in the Legion. So is Color Kid. I like Color Kid. He becomes a sub. The Legion of Superheroes are in it, so hence all those people. Let's get into the synopsis. Starboy travels to the lonely, primitive world of Karak to see his astronomer parents off to their home world safely. Upon his arrival, he learns that his parents are already left, letting an explorer, Jan Barth, B-A-R-T-H, Barth, use their abandoned observatory. Another ship arrives, and its pirate fires a ray gun at Jan Barth, killing him. Starboy uses his power on the man, but his shield reflects it back on Starboy, making him super heavy. His assailant then identifies himself as Kez Nahor of Nultor, Dream Girl's home planet. He loves Dream Girl, but she won't marry him because she loves Starboy. So Nahor vowed to track down Starboy and kill him. As Dream Girl herself arrives, distracting Nahor, Starboy manages to grab Jambaraz's gun and kills Nahor in self-defense. Dream Girl sees it all, and her testimony later clears Starboy with the science police. When he arrives back at the Legion clubhouse, however, he finds his comrades have decided to put him on trial because he has broken the Legion code against killing. As leader, Brainiac 5 acts as prosecutor, appoints Saturn Girl judge, and while Superboy volunteers to be Starboy's defense attorney because he feels the others, who are not invulnerable like him, should have the right to kill in self-defense. As the trial begins, Brainiac 5 demonstrates that Starboy could have saved himself by using his power to cause the tree branch to fall on Nahor, pinning him, his enemy, to the ground without killing him. Eager to find a defense, Superboy tries one stratagem after another, but no avail. At the final arguments are made, the Legion votes, and the tally is 10-9 for conviction. Starboy is expelled, but he leaves the clubhouse. He is greeted by Dreamgirl and her comrades, the Legion of Substitute Heroes, who invite him to join their team, and he accepts. This is a classic Legion story. It's really famous, and it comes up, again, as I've said in the past, with Legion, stuff happens, and it stays happening. You know, continuity is not king, but it's a really, there's more continuity in this, I think, that there are in other comics of this era. I will say this is the first part is Swan Waldorf, which is nice. It's a little clean. I like it, but it ain't Swan Klein. You get to see their monitor board, which has got everybody's faces on it. It's really good. It starts with them all, kind of just hanging out. I mean, it has the regular splash page. Let me do this. The splash page shows them having the trial, and you know how we kind of flash forward on the splash pages, and it says Tales of the Legion of Superheroes. The code of the Legion of Superheroes is strict, and one of its most strictest laws forbids any Legionnaire from ever to take a life. Never before has the law been broken, but now the superheroes face a precedent-shattering crisis brought on by the Legionnaire who killed. So they're just hanging out. They're playing games. Brainiac 5 and Superboy are playing Spaceopoly. Stargirl and Ultra Boy are dancing the most popular dance on Janda, which is called the Shurg. They're having a kick. The computer is helping them have a kissing game, like spin the bottle. A little creepy. And they talk, and Invisible Kid and Dual Dams have a little discussion about, Starboy's kind of focused on Dreamgirl. He's in love with her. And then they have Trimouts, Calamity Kid and Color Boy. Neither of them get in. And then you go where Starboy goes to his parents' home, and her, he kind of tries to kill him, and it's an accident. I mean, he's just doing it to save his life. And then the trial stuff comes on, and we watch a lot of Law and Order in my house because my wife's a big Law and Order fan. So it's kind of in the background with her, like Star Trek or Doctor Who isn't for me. But this is a really good, this is as good as any TV courtroom drama, and I grew up on a lot of them. Brainiac 5 shows his case. It's all thought out. Gives him examples of how Element Lad didn't kill somebody, and Colossal Boy and Cosmic Boy. Dreamgirl comes, and I don't know if she knows if she's seen that future. And you see Superboy doing trying to come up with different reasons why one of them would do it, and he can't prove it. It doesn't work. And even Brainiac 5, it shows him Brainiac 5 shooting somebody. Yeah, but it was an android, so it doesn't count. And they try to trick Brainy into killing a creature, and it doesn't work. But they think it has. And then the vote comes, and I'm going to read the tally. Dual Damsel, not guilty. Superboy, not guilty. Phantom Girl, not guilty. Brainiac 5, guilty. Chameleon Boy, guilty. Element Lad, guilty. Jan, I'm disappointed in you. Light Lass, not guilty. Saturn Girl, guilty. Monel, not guilty. Sun Boy, guilty. Ultra Boy, not guilty. Lightning Lad, not guilty. Cosmic Boy, guilty. Colossal Boy, guilty. Jimmy Olsen, guilty. Supergirl, not guilty. Matter Eater Lad, guilty. And Invisible Kid, guilty. And then he's expelled, and he goes off with his new friends. It's a great comic. It holds up. It's a freaking great comic. I love every little bit of it. I love the art. I love the story. I love Starboy. Cosmic Boy, shoot. Element Lad is my Silver Age Legion guy, the pre-Crisis Legion up through 5 years later, up until Rebirth. He's not the reboot is not. He's not my favorite one in that. I think reboot in that one. I would think it's Quantum Kid too. She's my favorite. I don't know. When we get there. I'm gonna find another reason for me and Jim to read another 20 Legionnaire comics, and we'll chat. So I can't wait. So next up is Adventure Comics 343, The Evil Hand of the Luck Lords. Part 2 is called The Secret of the Luck Lords. Another Curt Swan, George Klein, Irish App cover. It's got Bouncing Boy, Lightning Lad, Superboy, Starboy, and Triplicate or Dual Damsel. And the banner says, "Warning to the superstitious. If black cats scare you, if you walk under a ladder, or if you stay home on Friday the 13th, then beware the evil hand of the Luck Lords. A jinx made Bouncing Boy lose his powers. A hoodoo cost Lightning Lad his right arm. Bad luck made Starboy lose his Legion membership. And a whammy of the future destroyed one of Triplicate's 3 bodies." What's a whammy? All right, I don't understand that, but never mind. But it's a great cover. I like that cover. Credits are Mort Weisinger, plot editor, plotter, Edmund Hamilton, plotter, scripter, Curt Swan, penciler, George Klein, inker, Milton Schnapp, and letterer. Roll call: Cosmic Boy, Saturn Girl, Lightning Lad, Dual Damsel, Communion Boy, Invisible Kid, Shrinking Violet, Superboy, Sun Boy, Element Lad, Light Lass, and Brainiac 5, Matter Eater Lad. Supporting characters: Starboy and Bouncing Boy, who are there to pick up the newsletter. Crypto, Comet, Proty2, Beepo, and Streaky all appear, the Legion of Super Pets. The villains of the Luck Lords. Calamity King is in a flashback. Cameo appearances: Space Super Moby Dick of Space, Computer the Conqueror, and the Computeroid. And now the synopsis. And then again, I'm getting my synopsis from the Illustrated Legion of Superhero Index from ICG. All right. Sunboy and Brainiac 5 are injured in a near crash, supposedly because they invited bad luck by flying their cruiser through the jaws of the gaseous Gorilla Nebula. Gorillas sold comics, folks. Swear to God. Gorillas. DC loved a gorilla comic. Chameleon Boy is later similarly injured after Proty, overhearing the Legionnaires' talk of an earlier incident, changes himself into Durlin Jinkstone. This causes Lightning Lad, Dual Damsel, and former member Bouncing Boy and Starboy to recall bad luck taboos that they broke and losses that they suffered as a result. Since several of the heroes touched the Jinx Zone, they fear themselves Jinx as well. This belief seems to be confirmed when Shrinking Violet powers vanish and Invisible Kid can't reappear using his. Vowing to carry on, Saturn Girl, who refuses to believe that bad luck is the cause of their misfortunes, decides to visit the planet Thawne and solve a Jinx mystery. When the cruiser damaged in the accident explodes at Metropolis spaceports, the Legionnaires return to the clubhouse and find Saturn Girl gone. Following her, they find her wrecked ship in space and believe her dead. Once on Thawne, a world whose people believe that luck rules everything, the heroes visit the Citadel inhabited by its rulers, the Luck Lords. Inside, they find Saturn Girl alive and well and learn that the Luck Lords were actually evil alien scientists who used a super hypnotic long-range ray to create the Jinx plaguing the Legionnaires. The Legion of Superheroes is summoned, the Super Pets is summoned, and since the aliens have no control over animals, they are defeated in short order and taken into custody. This is really a silly little comic. And reading that synopsis just makes it sound sillier. But it's a lot of fun. I enjoyed this one too, and it's one that I didn't know until I got a reprint of it. But the Luck Lords had appeared later in the 80s, I think, and they made reference to it. The art is incredible. Just absolutely incredible. Just the splash page, and I had posted this as the spaceship flying in the maw of the Gorilla Galaxy. Just the detail, the great science fiction. The spaceship is great. The action of it crashing. The characters are just so well drawn. And when they're doing the flashback of the different, like Jupiter, the different planets and what they believe in, it's less detailed and a little more, where everybody's got 4-color costumes. Everything's completely colored. These, in the flashbacks, it's just using primary colors and solids, and it's great. It's amazing. And Swan, every one of his Legion air is so different and precise. You know who you're looking at. Everybody's got a unique face, unique nose, chin, ears. It's great. And just the flashbacks to all the different things that have happened before. Again, like I said, is that sometimes, this is what I liked about this, that especially in this year, they really rely on it. And they're even little editor box notes, like when Saturn Girl calls Garth by his real name, Lightning Lad. But it's just dynamically great. The rocket ship, all the clues, the settings. And I like the Luck Lords. They're kind of weird looking aliens. I just can't. I just gushed for a ton of time on the first one. Just solid Silver Age Legion story, and it's beautiful. I mean, the Swan art is beautiful. Hamilton's writing is great. It's entertaining. Yes, it's a simple plot with a little trick at the end, and people believing it's superstition, but it not being real. I mean, it reads kind of like a 1960s TV show, and everything resets, and that's not a bad thing. Just a kind of a description. It's just a lot of fun. So that's it for this week. Next week, we start another two-parter, two-issue thing, and it's the Stalag in Space, which, again, is yet another classic and an absolute favorite of mine. They reprinted it in the 80s in an issue of Legion or somewhere, and I'd never read it, and I read it, and I just fell in love with it. So I'm looking forward to that. All right, folks. Hey, because this was a Starboy-centric episode, I'm going to play a little Starboy Starman promo for my upcoming new podcast, Opal City Confidential. So give it a listen. An heroic legacy beginning in 1941 that spans time, space, and the whole of the multiverse. Journey along with the Knights of the Stars. Ted, David, and Jack. They, along with Will Payton, Michael Thomas, Prince Gavin, Tom Kalor, and Courtney Whitmore. They take the mantle of Starman and continue his legacy. I invite you to listen as I journey through these adventures of all these heroes and the rest of the Starman family here on Opal City Confidential, a Starman podcast, coming February 2023. All right, folks, thanks for listening. Thanks for listening to that little trailer. Looking forward to talking Starman for you, and I've got some guests. I'm going to start getting some guests lined up. But until then, folks, we'll be back in a week with this. So with Stalag in Space, this weekend we will be doing Stargirl, The Lost Children, issue 3, and I haven't decided what the second comic will be, but I have a couple ideas. So until then, folks, be safe, be smart, please be kind to one another, and read some comics.